is Josee from stampingjo.com, and today I wanted to tell you a little bit about my new series that I have coming. I have been inspired this past week on finding ways to do creative backgrounds, and I'm super excited. So today's background is a really fun and easy one that I'm going to show you how to do. So for this project, I used the stamp set Creative Elements, Loving Thoughts. You're going to need 2 colors of inks, Pink Pirouette and Regal Rose, basic black embossing powder, and Versamark ink, and the heat tool. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to start with my Pink Pirouette ink pad, and the fun part about this is that's really all you need to create your background. So you're going to take the ink pad and just place it directly on top of your cardstock and give it a little bit of a push in all directions. And then you're going to end up with a background like this. Now each time will be a little bit different. You'll see on my original card that a little bit more was off on this side. But what I love is that depending on which colors you use, it creates such a fun background. Before you do the next step, you're going to want to make sure that that's completely dry. So either heat set it or just set it aside until it's dry. And then you're going to take some Post-it notes and cover up your white edges. We're going to take our Regal Rose ink pad with our flower from the Creative Elements, so it's this one here, and you're going to just ink that up and stamp it randomly on top of your Post-it notes and onto your background. Once you're done this step, again, you want to make sure that that's completely dry. I found that if I didn't dry this part, then my heat embossing didn't work as well. So we're going to remove these, and you can see how it just creates such a pretty little background, and it doesn't even have to be matted. You can just do it like that. So what I did next on this card is I stamped the With Sympathy from Loving Thoughts in Versamark. I heat embossed it in basic black embossing powder, and then I stamped my flower from Creative Elements in my Stays On Black. I cut it out, and then if you can see, I actually stamped 2 and cut them out, put them on dimensionals, and added that to my card. Another version of this card I did was using the blues. I used 2 different colors on that. I actually didn't punch this out, but you can see I was actually a little bit messier on here, which is why I didn't complete this card fully. But the reason I got embossing powder all over the edges is that I didn't use my embossing buddy ahead of time. So I want to make sure that before I do that, this is completely dry and I use my embossing buddy. Now I also did a Step It Up card. So you can see on my Step It Up, I actually used my Regal Rose cardstock as my backing. I layered it with basic black matte, and then I actually heat embossed my flower in the black, and then I colored it. So I'm going to show you how to do the coloring on that. For coloring this flower, I started with my Pink Pirouette, and what you're going to do is you're going to press the lid into the bottom so that you have ink over here, and you're going to use that as your palette with your aqua painter. So I picked up the color directly in there, and then I actually colored the whole flower. Now don't worry if you go outside the lines, because we're going to cut this flower out after. Just get that completely colored. And then I took my Regal Rose ink and I did the same thing. I pressed it in, and this is going to be your darker ink. What I love about this flower is that it actually has the darkened areas already showing you where you want to put that darker color. So you're going to pick up some of the darker pink and just literally color on to all the shaded areas like that. You don't want too much water on your aqua painter, so every once in a while just kind of go onto your scrap paper and you can take a little bit of that excess water on if it's too much. But you're going to just completely color that. And you can see once I'm done that there's the 2 shades of the pink. So thank you for watching, and if you would like to see more creative backgrounds that are going to be coming up, make sure you subscribe to my channel.